Buying a car should feel like a smart investment, but some vehicles turn into financial nightmares. On paper, they might seem like a great choice, but in reality, they come with endless problems, sky-high repair costs, massive depreciation, and frustrating reliability issues. Today, I've got a list of 10 of the worst cars that almost no one buys according to Consumer Reports. Some of these break down before hitting 50,000 miles, while others are so unreliable that even mechanics struggle to keep them running. And trust me, the number one car on this list is being discontinued for a reason. Ford Bronco. The Ford Bronco is built for adventure, but owning one is a headache you don't want. It may look like the ultimate off-road beast, but under the hood, it's a disaster waiting to happen. Owners of 2021 to 2023 models report endless issues, from frequent recalls to serious mechanical failures. One of the biggest concerns: a cracked fuel injector defect that can cause fires. Imagine driving with the constant fear that your SUV might go up in flames. Not exactly the peace of mind you want on an off-road adventure. And that's just the start. Transmission problems, noisy engines, and V6 valve train failures have plagued the Bronco, hurting both performance and reliability. The interior, which should feel rugged and premium, instead rattles like a tin can, with cheap materials that wear out way too fast for a vehicle in this price range. If that weren't bad enough, the Bronco's fuel economy is abysmal, just 17 mpg. It drinks gas like an old-school muscle car, making it an expensive choice for daily driving. While it looks tough, behind the wheel, it's anything but. Dodge Durango. The Dodge Durango is all about power, muscular engine options, bold styling, and best-in-class towing capacity. But while it seems like a dream SUV, owning one can quickly turn into a nightmare. One of its biggest flaws? Fuel economy. With an average of 15 mpg, the Durango burns through gas at an alarming rate. That might be acceptable for a full-size truck, but for an SUV meant for daily use, every fill-up is painful. Then there are the mechanical issues. Owners report engine failures and exhaust manifold problems, leading to costly repairs that pile up fast. Safety is another weak point. Despite being a family SUV, the Durango scores below average in crash tests. Combine that with its heavy build and powerful engine, and you've got a vehicle that's both unreliable and less secure in an accident. Long-term ownership isn't much better. Durangos have high maintenance costs and lose value quickly, meaning you'll watch your investment disappear faster than expected. Sure, it can tow 8,700 ohms and offers plenty of passenger space, but unless you enjoy frequent trips to the repair shop, this SUV is a hard pass. Buick Encore. The Buick Encore is marketed as a compact, city-friendly SUV designed for easy commuting and parking. At first glance, it seems like a practical choice, but behind the wheel, the problems are impossible to ignore. Its 1.4 liters engine is painfully underpowered, making even basic acceleration a struggle. Whether merging onto the highway or trying to pass another car, the Encore feels sluggish and unresponsive, leaving drivers frustrated. And that's just the beginning. Owners report frequent transmission failures, faulty air conditioning, and recurring electrical issues. What starts as an affordable SUV quickly turns into a money pit as repair bills pile up. While the Encore might seem like a budget-friendly option, the reality is far from it. Unreliable, underpowered, and expensive to maintain. This is one compact SUV that's best avoided. Hidden costs and major safety issues. Over time, problems with these vehicles pile up, leading to constant headaches for owners. Multiple recalls have been issued for major powertrain failures, faulty airbags, and even seat belt malfunctions, raising serious concerns about safety. At $26,000, the Buick Encore might seem like an affordable choice at first, but hidden costs make it anything but. With poor reliability, frequent repairs, and underwhelming performance, this small SUV quickly turns into a big regret for many owners. Jeep Wrangler. Great off-road, awful everywhere else. The Jeep Wrangler is a legendary off-road vehicle, built to conquer the toughest trails. But when it comes to everyday driving, it's one of the worst choices you can make. Steering is a nightmare. Many owners describe it as vague and unpredictable on the highway, requiring constant correction. Long-distance driving is exhausting and even dangerous. And while the firm suspension is great for off-roading, it feels harsh and unforgiving on pavement, making even minor bumps feel like a roller coaster ride. Reliability, another major red flag. The Wrangler has been plagued by frequent recalls, including fuel line defects, airbag failures, and structural cracks that raise serious safety concerns. Despite its rugged build, many owners face electrical issues, rust problems, and constant mechanical failures. Fuel economy is equally disappointing. Just 19 mpg. That might not matter much on the trails, but for daily driving, it turns every gas station visit into a painful experience. Nissan Frontier, stuck in the past. The Nissan Frontier has been around for years, but instead of evolving, it's been stuck in a cycle of outdated design and constant mechanical failures. Even after a long-awaited redesign, it still falls short of its competitors. Older models are especially problematic, with massive transmission failures and persistent engine issues costing owners thousands in repairs. Fuel system failures are another common complaint, leading to unexpected breakdowns and expensive fixes. Build quality is another letdown. Paint chipping, poor materials, and an outdated interior make it clear that longevity wasn't a priority for this truck. Even with the redesign, the ride quality remains stiff and uncomfortable, and it still feels outdated compared to other mid-size trucks. And let's not forget fuel economy, just 18 mpg, making it one of the least efficient trucks in its class. While newer models have improved slightly, the Frontier's reputation is already ruined. When a truck has a history of major mechanical failures, lackluster comfort, and outdated tech, it's hard to trust it as a long-term investment. Jaguar F-Pace. Luxury turns into a nightmare. At first glance, the Jaguar F-Pace looks every bit like a high-end luxury SUV. Sleek design, premium branding, and upscale features. But owning one is anything but luxurious. One of the biggest frustrations? The infotainment system. Owners report glitches, frozen screens, lacking controls, and complete software failures, making even basic functions frustrating. And that's just the tech. Under the hood, things get even worse. The F-Pace is notorious for excessive oil consumption, meaning owners are constantly refilling oil long before they should need to. Fuel pump failures are another frequent issue, leading to costly repairs. Jaguar's electrical problems are well documented, and the F-Pace is no exception. From power window failures to full-blown wiring issues, the constant electrical malfunctions turn this SUV into a maintenance nightmare. Safety isn't spared either. Multiple recalls have been issued for faulty brake systems, putting drivers at serious risk. And if you think Jaguar's reliability has improved, think again. Jaguar ranks 29th out of 32 manufacturers in dependability, far behind competitors like BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. Volkswagen Jetta. Looks can be deceiving. The Volkswagen Jetta is marketed as an affordable, stylish sedan, offering German engineering without the hefty price tag. But don't be fooled, its problems run deep. Volkswagen Jetta, a risky investment in disguise. The Volkswagen Jetta might look like an affordable and stylish sedan, but its long-standing reliability issues make it a risky purchase. One of the biggest concerns? The transmission, especially in 2019 to 2021 models. Owners report complete transmission failures and sudden engine stalling, sometimes even at highway speeds. That alone makes the Jetta a serious liability. But the problems don't stop there. Electrical failures are far too common, with complaints ranging from faulty wiring and glitchy infotainment systems to power window malfunctions. And let's not forget about safety. Airbag defects have led to major recalls, raising concerns about how well this sedan would protect its passengers in a crash. Even the interior is disappointing for a car in this price range. The materials feel cheap and flimsy, and owners report that buttons, knobs, and trim pieces wear out far too quickly. It's the kind of car that might look good on a dealer's lot, but starts showing its flaws within just a few years. Land Rover Range Rover Sport, a luxury SUV that spends more time in the shop. If there's one thing Land Rover is known for, it's unreliability, and the Range Rover Sport is no exception. While it carries the prestige of a luxury SUV, the reality of owning one is far less glamorous. One of the biggest complaints? Maintenance costs. This SUV is ridiculously expensive to repair, with even basic fixes costing far more than they should. And it's not just the occasional issue. Constant electrical failures are practically built into the ownership experience. Owners frequently deal with faulty wiring, glitchy infotainment systems, and unresponsive sensors, all leading to frustrating and expensive trips to the mechanic. The air suspension system, one of the Sport's supposed luxury features, is another major weak point. When it works, it provides a smooth ride. When it fails, and it will, owners are left with thousands of dollars in repair bills. Combine that with engine and transmission issues, particularly in 2013 and 2006 to 2008 models, and you have a vehicle that spends more time at the repair shop than on the road. And then there's the price tag, over $85,000. For that kind of money, you'd expect luxury, reliability, and durability. Instead, owning a Range Rover means endless repair bills. For most brands, a high price tag means high quality. For Land Rover, it just means higher maintenance costs. Fiat 500 liters, a failure from the start. The Fiat 500 liters was supposed to be a quirky, compact alternative to larger SUVs, but instead, it became one of the worst car buying decisions you could make. From the moment it hit the market, the 500 liters was plagued with issues, so much so that Fiat pulled the plug on it entirely. One of its biggest failures? The transmission, especially in 2014 to 2017 models. Owners reported rough shifting, sudden jerks, and even complete transmission failures, leaving them stranded and stuck with massive repair bills. The engine was just as unreliable, frequently stalling at random, making this car not just frustrating, but dangerous to drive. Crash safety was another red flag. Despite being marketed as a practical family car, the 500 liters performed poorly in safety tests, raising concerns about how well it would hold up in a real accident. By 2021, Fiat had seen enough. With low demand and overwhelmingly negative reviews, they officially discontinued the 500 liters. Mitsubishi Mirage, the worst car on the market. Topping the list of worst cars, the Mitsubishi Mirage is so bad that it's being discontinued in 2025. That alone should tell you everything you need to know. At first glance, the Mirage seems like an affordable, fuel-efficient option for budget-conscious buyers. But once you get behind the wheel, reality hits hard. The tiny 3-cylinder engine is so underpowered that it's borderline unsafe. It constantly vibrates and struggles to keep up with traffic. Acceleration is painfully slow, making merging onto highways a nerve-wracking experience. And the handling, calling it clumsy would be an understatement. Inside, things don't get any better. The cabin feels like a tin can, with cheap materials, poor insulation, and an overall lack of comfort. These are the worst cars that no one buys for a reason. Whether it's terrible reliability, constant breakdowns, or sky-high repair costs, every vehicle on this list has earned its bad reputation.